Well, it started. The dealers are already starting to gouge the prices of the new F-150 Lightning, and I've already seen some of these vehicles advertised for up to $145,000. And the thing hadn't even been released yet. Now, if you are in the market for an F-150 Lightning, you're going to want to watch this video all the way through. This video could save you thousands of dollars and hopefully a lot of heartburn. What's up, guys? My name is Mitchell Watts with Town & Country TV, and today we're going to tell you exactly how to keep from getting screwed by one of those shady dealers. Before we go any further, I do need to disclose that we are a Ford dealership ourselves. I also want to mention that we're selling all of our F-150 Lightning orders at the MSRP. So if you want some more information about the Ford Lightning, feel free to give us a call after watching this video all the way through. Now, as a Ford dealer, I can understand why there are some dealers that are trying to make the most out of every single sale. The microchip shortage, yeah, it's a real thing. Inventory, it's at a historic low, and the customer demand has absolutely never been higher. I've been doing this a long time, never seen it like this. Now, I am also sure that there are some dealers that need that extra profit per sale just to keep the bills paid, the lights on. But just because I can understand why they do it does not mean that I have to agree with it. Personally, I believe that if a customer is willing to wait for their order, you should be able to give it to them at the MSRP, regardless of how high in demand that vehicle is at the time of delivery. Now, that is exactly why our dealership is honoring MSRP for all of our customer orders. But let's pretend for a second you don't have an order with our dealership, which, by the way, is totally cool. We're cool with that. We're still happy to help you. How can you ensure that you're not going to get screwed when it comes time to take delivery of your new F-150 Lightning? The first thing you need to do is to smash that thumbs up button, the like button. Okay, all jokes aside, the real thing that you need to do is actually go ahead and do your due diligence and select the right dealership. A great way to do this is just looking online at Google reviews and really any other kind of reviews that you can find. What I'm really looking for is not a perfect 5.0 star rating, because in that situation you might have some bogus reviews. Instead, what I'm really looking for is a company that has a lot of reviews, a large number of reviews. In that situation, you're typically going to be looking at a business and how much business that dealership does. Now, I'm also interested in the negative reviews, which is kind of backwards for most people. What I'm really looking for is a customer that had an issue, the dealership stepped up and they resolved that issue. Let's face it, no one's perfect. I have screwed up. I've screwed up in this business. But really, if they're doing any serious volume, issues are going to pop up from time to time, no matter what you do. What I'm really looking for is not does the dealership make a mistake, but how does the dealership care for that customer? You know, I guess another way to put that is don't judge someone by the issues they might have had. Instead, judge them on how they handle those issues. Now, once you have identified a dealership that you might want to work with, I would consider reaching out to someone at that dealership. I get it, not everybody enjoys working with a salesman, but realistically, a good sales consultant can actually make your experience much more enjoyable. A good salesman should be somewhat knowledgeable about the product, but really they need to be very knowledgeable about the ordering process. That's what I'm worried about. And please do not get discouraged if you happen to have more statistics memorized than the salesperson that you're talking to. Keep in mind, they're trying to earn a living for their family, and if they're just a new Ford dealership salesman and they don't sell any pre-owned vehicles, that requires them to know about 15 Ford vehicles, give or take a few. I mean, you're talking about the Bronco Sport, the EcoSport, the Econoline, and yes, they do make the Econoline still for certain fleet applications. Edge, Escape, Explorer, Expedition, F-150, F-150 Lightning, F-250, F-350, 450, Maverick, Mustang Mach-E, the Ranger, Transit Connect. That's a lot of vehicles. And most of those vehicles are going to have a lot of different trim levels and a lot of different engine choices. You get the point. There is a lot for one person to memorize. So don't chastise them if they don't have everything memorized about everything. The power of the internet is a great tool because you can find out most of the product knowledge information that you need. What you really need is a salesperson in your corner that can navigate that sales process. The ordering process, rather. You're looking for someone that isn't afraid to tell you the hard truths about where you are in line. Tell you the truth. I don't know why that's so hard to find nowadays, but anyways, you're looking for someone that can help you make recommendations to speed up your order, such as adding or removing certain options that might help speed up the scheduling process. Now, once you've identified the sales consultant that you want to work with, you need to make sure that they're willing to put whatever you guys agree to in writing before confirming the order. Make sure you get it in writing, because I know what you're thinking. Well, if I'm willing to sit and wait for my order, it should be understood that I'm going to be buying the vehicle at MSRP. I'm going to go ahead and tell you this right now. If your agreement is not in writing, it never happened. I say the problem. It's not a problem. It's just the reality is Ford dealerships are not owned by Ford. They're not owned by Ford Motor Company. Each dealership is an independent franchised business that is independently owned. Ford Motor Company cannot dictate what a dealership sells a vehicle for. That's why the MSRP means the manufacturer's suggested retail price. It does not say the manufacturer's guaranteed retail price. Now, all of this to say that if a dealership decides they want to discount a vehicle to sell it to you, they have that right. If a dealership decides they want to charge you above MSRP, they have that right as well. Let me tell you what our dealership is doing. When we order a vehicle for a customer, we send a copy of the build sheet to a customer via DocuSign. In that document, it clearly states exactly how that transaction is going to go down when the vehicle arrives. Now, here is the disclosure that we give to each or most of our customers, and happy to do it upon request.
I have read the options on this build sheet. The color and equipment are acceptable. I understand that by signing this form, I acknowledge the order has already been placed exactly as it is seen on this sheet. If the options on this document are incorrect, do not sign it. I also understand that I may not be able to change my order once the document has been signed. The pricing of this vehicle will be the final total MSRP from Ford Motor Company, plus a $498 documentary fee, title application fee, your sales tax, and any optional accessories you would like to add to the vehicle. There will not be any ADMs, stands for additional dealer markups, applied to this transaction. By signing this form, you agree to take delivery of this vehicle within 14 days of it arriving at our dealership.
Now, let me tell you something. If your dealership is like hesitant to put something like that and something similar to that in writing, that's a red flag. I've just got to let you know that we just launched our full build giveaway. And yes, you heard that correctly. TC Customs is giving away a full build, and we're going to even install it on the vehicle of your choice at no cost to you. The best part is entering is 100% free. All you have to do is follow TCCustoms_com and Mitchell S. Watts on Instagram. Once you've done that, you go to tccustoms.com/giveaway, which is linked down below, and then just fill out the form and let us know that you've entered. Now, that alone is going to get you 40 entries. But if you want extra, you need to head over to the merchandise tab on TC Customs and pick yourself up a shirt or two. And for every $1 you spend, gets you one extra entry into the giveaway. Now, we've made this as simple as possible, so follow the link down below to enter now. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest misconceptions about the F-150 Lightning. Ford Motor Company debuted the F-150 Lightning on May 19th, 2021. And by the way, we crashed that party and it was a lot of fun. If you want to watch that video, check it out on our channel. I'll have it linked down below. But since that particular date, Ford Motor Company has taken 200,000 orders. And the CEO of Ford expects 80 to 90% of those people to actually take delivery of their Lightning. That's a lot of orders. And it's great news because it proves to the world that the United States might be just ready for electrification to go to that next level. Now, there's a big downside to having such a successful launch. If you're late to that reservation game, it might be a while before you can get your hands on a Lightning, or sticker price anyways. Now, due to the demand, Ford Motor Company will not even let you place a new reservation or a new order for an F-150 Lightning. At first, Ford Motor Company, they only really planned on selling a small batch of them. The rumor that I heard was about 20,000 units a year. And after some leadership changes, not changes, but leadership decision changes and some large investments from Ford Motor Company, they are now planning on upping the production of the F-150 Lightning. Their end goal is to average about 12,500 trucks every single month. Now, the only problem is it's going to take some time to ramp up to that particular number. They're targeting mid-2023 before they can hit that production target. Now, but for the sake of this example, let's just go ahead and pretend they can already build that quantity starting in July of 2022. Well, it's still going to take them 16 months to work through all of the current reservations, and that's assuming they never take another fresh order. It's gonna, oh, no, okay, all right, I know I'm getting a little worked up, but with that being said, the dealership does not get a choice in choosing who does and who does not get an F-150 Lightning. If you already have a reservation, you have to wait until Ford sends you an email inviting you to place the order. Now, at the time that I'm making this video, which is at the end of May, there's nothing that a dealer can do to speed up the process of receiving that invitation to order. But when you do get that order invitation, you really need to be careful about the options you select, because that does play a big role in how fast you'll get scheduled for production. There are still massive supply chain issues across the globe, and Ford, as big of a company and as good of a company as they are, they're not immune to those issues. I believe that if you spec that vehicle in a way that is easy for Ford to build it, you stand a better chance of getting scheduled for production. Ford is estimating that the #1 order trim level will be the Lariat with the extended range battery pack. Now, if you're in a hurry to get an F-150 Lightning, you might want to consider aligning your order with the options that Ford thinks will be the most popular. That way they actually have all of the parts needed to build your truck. Now, that way you will hopefully have a better chance at actually getting selected for production, what we call scheduling. Now, all of the allocations for 2022 model Lightning are already ordered and scheduled for production for our dealership. I can't speak for the rest of the world, but so for us, it's too late to get a 2022. But that's not a massive issue, because really 22 is a really short model year for the F-150 Lightning. Let's pretend for a second that you don't have a reservation or an order yet. You might be wondering, well, when can I place an order for a new Lightning? And the correct answer is I really just don't know. Ford, they really keep that stuff close to their chest. They want to make sure that they release that information in a timely manner, so that way they can kind of control the process. But if you would like to reach out to one of our sales consultants, we will be glad to put you on a list, so that way you'll be one of the very first to get notified. And you can reach us. The phone number is right there on the screen. And don't worry, we are going to continue selling all of our F-150 Lightning orders at MSRP with a $0 markup, even in 2023 model year. We have had a lot of customers asking us about customers who back out of their order, saying, well, if another customer passes on their Lightning, can I have it if it's my turn in line next? The short answer is it's not going to happen with our dealership. Since we're actually one of the weird dealerships that are honoring our word, which is selling the truck at MSRP, most of the customers that don't want the Lightning, they're going to realize how hot the market is, and they will likely resell it themselves as a used vehicle, and they're probably going to make a hefty profit too. But who knows what the future looks like? The markets might change. I have no clue. I'm just here to tell you that most of our customers who ordered a Bronco are doing the exact same thing, because we're selling all of our Bronco orders at MSRP as well. Now, another question I get all the time: can I sell my reservation to someone else? No, absolutely not. The problem is Ford Motor Company, they've got processes and procedures put in place to make sure that the customer who orders the vehicle is the customer who takes delivery of the vehicle. If that dealership starts violating those processes on a regular basis, they can really get into some big trouble. Now, you might be able to talk some other dealerships into selling reservations, but we won't allow it, because we're determined to kind of do it the way that Ford wants us to do it, the right way. Now, what happens if I haven't placed a reservation or an order for Lightning, but I'm in a huge hurry to get one? This part you might not like. If that happens to be you, you don't have a whole lot of options. The only real chance you'll have at getting an early Lightning, if you don't have an order or reservation yet, is just to find one on the lot. And most of the dealerships, they know what they got, and they're probably going to price it through the roof, way over MSRP. There's not a whole lot you can do there, but I do have one idea. This is kind of, you need to show your loyalty. And what I'm trying to say is that if you have a previous relationship with your local Ford dealer, I would rely heavily on that. Show them how many vehicles you've purchased from them in the past, over the years. Show them how many times you've been into their service department over the years. And if you can combine that with a decision maker, if you can get in front of a decision maker at that dealership, you might be able to talk them into selling a Lightning at MSRP. I'll pray for you. Keep in mind that each and every EV certified Ford dealership will receive one dealer demo unit. And I think some people might actually receive two, I'm not sure. But Ford is calling this their mannequin vehicle. And this is intended to show off to the customer what the F-150 Lightning is about, how good it is, yada, yada, yada. Ford Motor Company, that they make each one of their dealers keep these vehicles in their inventory for 6 months. You cannot sell it for 6 months. And if you do, the dealership gets fined a whole lot of money. And they get kicked out of a program, the FCTP program. But after that 6 months is up, they can sell the vehicle to whoever they want. Knowing that they will have to sell the vehicle eventually one day, a lot of dealers, including us, they want to keep the miles off of that demo unit as best as possible. However, if you are a current reservation holder at our dealership, we welcome you to come in for a test drive. Just reach out to your sales consultant for more information. This video had a lot of prep work involved, and we are happy to do it, assuming that it even just helps one person. It means the world to us. Now, we don't expect everyone to order their F-150 Lightning through us. Totally understandable, but we do expect everyone to smash that like button, especially if this video helped you at all. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Leave us a comment down below and let us know in the community down there. Do you have any tips or tricks about making your dealer behave? Leave those comments down below. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with that bell notification turned on so you don't miss a single video. Peace!